It's not easy to make the name for yourself by building a solar-powered car in a world that seems determined to advance its electric mobility goals with rechargeable batteries and motors. Yet, a company called Aptera Motors is trying to do just that, and it's now closer than ever to achieving its goal. Like most other startups trying to create something new, Aptera has had a pretty rough ride so far. Born in 2006 as Accelerated Composites, it first attempted to hunt success with a three-wheeled motorcycle capable of returning, hold on to your hats, 330 miles per gallon, 0.71 liters per 100 kilometers. The idea didn't stick, and 5 years later, in 2011, the company went bust for a while. Then it was briefly revived 1 year later and succumbed once more in 2014. The people behind the project didn't give up, though, and they returned in 2019 as Aptera Motors, the maker of what may very well become the world's only production solar-powered vehicle. The new Aptera three-wheeler, something that's officially classified as an autocycle, was presented to the world in its current form at the 2025 Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, and more than a year later, in May 2026, we got word of the first 5 prototypes rolling off the assembly lines. And now, we hear one of them did something no Aptera before it did. The Production Intent Validation Vehicle, as it's officially called, managed to generate 4.42 kilowatt hours of daily solar energy in real-world conditions in Southern California. It may not sound like much, but the results finally put some facts behind Aptera's words. The result, supposedly, validates the company's objective, which until now is based on simulation and panel testing. Because the target for the vehicle is to achieve 100 watt-hours per mile, the energy pulled directly from the sun by this vehicle is enough to allow the ride to travel up to 44 miles. That's 44 miles of free travel, mind you. The achievement was recorded internally, but the company says it tapped an unnamed third party to independently validate the results. That's expected to take place over the coming month. And if that goes well, Aptera plans to start producing its solar vehicle at a facility in Carlsbad, California. Aptera once said it already has 50,000 reservations for the vehicle, and that's for a three-wheel design that's expected to cost around $40,000. Technically, that's a lot of money for what this thing has to offer. More on that below. But do keep in mind we're talking about a vehicle that can literally cost you nothing to drive. At the core of the autocycle sits an in-house built solar power system, comprising a collection of solar cells with a combined capacity of 700 watts installed on the roof, a 40 kilowatt-hour liquid-cooled battery pack to store the energy, and a charge controller to keep everything in check. The solar panels should be suitable to generate enough power to keep the ride going for as many as 40 miles. But Aptera knows it will not always be possible to get energy from the sun. That's why the battery pack can also be plugged in using an NACS connector. In the future, there is also talk of it getting access to the supercharger network. When charged this way, which should take about an hour, Aptera's maximum range jumps to an impressive 400 miles. Whatever the means of charging the battery, the electricity is sent to high-torque motors capable of pushing the Aptera from standstill to 60 miles per hour in under 6 seconds and can keep accelerating it to a top speed of 100 miles per hour. The design is centered on a carbon fiber body that can be had in one of 3 colors and is large enough to accommodate only 2 people at a time. The cabin is pretty Spartan, if you think about it, as it only shows a center display that delivers info on solar range, battery charge, and vehicle status, and 2 other displays that show images captured by the cameras that replace the mirrors. For now, Aptera does not offer Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity, but that could change in the not-so-distant future. Some safety features are, however, included in the form of a safety cell, an energy-absorbing front nose cone, and a subframe designed to crumple on impact. Soon, airbags for both occupants, ABS, and parking assist will also be integrated. It's unclear how long it will take until the Aptera solar vehicles are ready for the road in the hands of customers, as aside from the validation of the solar charging capabilities, the company is also conducting tests in road performance, durability, safety, software, and firmware integration. We'll keep an eye on it, of course, and update this story once we know more about the potential launch date.